மார்கழி மாசம்னாலே வண்ண கோலங்கள், கோவில், பிரசாதம், பஜன் இதெல்லாம் தான் நமக்கு தோணும். அப்படி நமக்கு பிடிச்ச இன்னொரு விஷயம் தான் சபால நடக்கிற கச்சேரி, உபன்யாசம். அப்படி ஒரு கச்சேரி உபன்யாசத்தை பார்க்கலாம் வாங்க.
So I come from a family where there have been musicians for about 6 generations. My amma, mama, tata, kulitata, elitata, all of them, all the 6 generations, they were all musicians. So for me to take up music as my main thing, it did not require a lot of thinking. I think I started playing when I was 3 years old. But the only thing is, everybody at home used to play the violin. Can you name any 4 violinists that you've all heard? Put up your hands.
Legends.
Legends, yes. Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Lalgudi Jayaraman.
இவளோட மாமா வந்து லால்குடி ஜெயராமன் சார். Give a big round of applause. Yeah.
Next. You.
Yeah.
Kumaresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better half is Kumaresh. Yes.
Then?
Very good.
Lalgudi G.J.R. Krishnan,
cousin is
my
Lalgudi.
cousin. 3 of them are my relatives. So now you know how much of violence is there. Violence. So now we just need a Veena. So my aunt used to play the Veena and I started learning from her. Initially I would think that their instrument is so easy to carry, small, loud. Veena is so big and I was a little girl, right? So I would sit in this end, play, and then move to this end and play. But I always wondered why my amma didn't start me off on violin. And then amma showed me the picture of goddess Saraswati, and what does she play? So she convinced me and she said, see, you're doing the right thing. So I was so convinced as a kid. And that's how the journey started. And then I found myself playing the Veena from the age of 3 and continue to learn doing that even now. And we were all feeling we're not going out for concerts, we're not doing much. All of us were locked up in our house. And then you see that Akka there? She said, her name is Vidya, and she said, Akka, all the kids must also be feeling like this at home, right? Bored, not going to school. Why don't you put a smile on their faces? So then we started the fun series and we played James Bond, Harry Potter, Pink Panther and all of that and connected it to our ragas. So we played the first line of that and then I connected it to our Carnatic ragas. And then we presented the kids series. You've seen the Lion and Mouse and you've seen all of that, right? So all that with our ragas, so that not only do you hear the story, but you also understand ragas. That's how it started.
I call her headmistress because Akka is an authority when it comes to Carnatic music. So when she asks a question, it means that she's testing me. Okay? So I'm also thinking like you, whether I should tell the truth or I should tell what I should be telling her. Okay? So the truth is, when I was probably your age, right, I was probably playing the piano for close to 4 or 5 hours a day. Okay? If not more. At your age, right? Definitely Preeti's age of 8th standard, I was definitely doing that. Now it varies. There are days when I'm doing nothing but playing, and there are 2-3 days at a stretch when I'm traveling or something that I haven't even touched the piano. That happens by virtue of what I do, so it varies. During this time, of course, we all practice a lot because there are lots of concerts coming, but it varies. The actual truth is it varies. Maybe about a couple of hours if I average it out. Akka must be definitely a lot more also because you're teaching. So that means you're with the Veena all the time, right? So Akka must be like,
So when I was with my guru, she would make me practice 8 hours a day with school, with college. And I try and tell my students to do that. And now with concerts and rehearsal and recordings and teaching, we practice but not continuously 8 hours like we used to do, but with breaks. But the best practice, if you're all students of music, the best practice is this age. If you put in solid practice at this age, it will yield results when you grow up. So clock in as much practice as you can now. Now, when you go inside, there is going to be many pieces, kritis, you know, a kirtanam, a lot of.
Kedaram Sona, I think he started with Kedaram.
He has started.
Kedaram.
Yes. Now, there will be some songs with a raga, alapana, and swara prastaram. There will be one line he will choose in some compositions which he will do Neraval and improvise and all of that. So, since you're all students of music, keep a book and write down. If you don't know the ragam, don't make noise. Just write down the notes. Try to identify the notes and see what ragam it is. See how many ragams you can identify. What are the kritis? Since it's a vocal concert, you can find out the kritis and then quietly you can go home and find out what ragam they are.
and importantly, there will be some sections where only the instruments are playing, right? There will be solos done by the violinist and a very exciting section called the Tani Avartanam, where you will find the percussive instruments, the mirdangam and upapakavadyam, whatever is there, will start playing something. If you can follow the rhythm, keep the beat, because it will be very exciting to see the interplay between those instruments. If you can't follow the beat, don't put taputalam, but still listen, because it will still be very exciting. It's equally important to listen to what the instrumentalists are doing along with what the vocalist is doing.